know, please. Mama, what's today by Spanish? 30.
Hello, hello. Assalamu alaikum. Hello, assalamu alaikum. You can hear me? This is Tamer Fawzi.
السلام عليكم.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. This is Tamer.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa
You can hear me?
barakatuh. Hello, everyone. Again, can you guys hear me? Assalamu alaikum wa
Yes,
rahmatullah.
yes, we can.
Okay, great. Dina, how are you doing?
Fine, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Well, I'll appreciate if you just open your cams. If you would like to, open your microphone. This is obligatory. Okay. So, and let's start. Well, let's wait for, we're supposed to be waiting for 3 more members. But let's introduce each other. All right. Dina, would you please start introducing yourself to us?
Okay, hi.
Dina?
My name is Dina. Yes, I live in Jeddah.
Can you please speak a little bit louder?
I'm a pharmacist.
Dina, louder.
Okay, my name is Dina. I have some people sleeping in the home. That's why
It's fine.
I
Sorry.
can't loud my
We want
voice.
to disturb them. All right. Yes.
Okay, my name is Dina. I live in Jeddah. I'm a pharmacist. I work as a chemistry IGCSE teacher. I'd like to. I had my test before for 3 times, but I want to retake it again to improve my writing score.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Okay. And again, what was your writing score last time?
I had 3 times 6,
Yeah,
6.5, and 5.5.
Oof. 6,
The last 5.5.
5.5? Oh my
The
goodness.
first one is 6.5, 6, then 6.5, then 5.5.
No, that's quite bad. Was it general or academic?
General.
And Tamer, thank you very much, my dear. Tamer.
Yeah.
Tamer, hello. Are you there?
Yes, this is Tamer Fawzi.
All right.
Yes, yes, I'm here. You can hear me?
Yeah, sure. Introduce yourself, Tamer.
Yes, this is Tamer Fawzi. I live in Riyadh. I'm working Yes, this is Tamer Fawzi. I live in Riyadh. I'm working as software designer, and I attended the IELTS exam. I took 5.5 only one time. I took for the writing 5.5. Overall, I took CLB 6 for the IELTS only one time, and I want to raise my writing score.
All right. General or academic? General test? Which module did you take?
For immigration, I'm looking for immigration. Yes.
General.
Yes. For immigration, I believe most of us, or maybe for me, I'm looking for immigration, and the immigration only IELTS general is required. Only IELTS academic is not considered for the immigration.
Sure. Okay, but you know, some people here in this course, or they're supposed to attend the course, are taking the academic module. That's why I'm asking you. So both of you are general, mashallah. That's good.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, Hiba is here. Hello, Hiba. Finally, alhamdulillah. Hiba, I'm good. I'm so glad that you're here. And oh, you have a microphone too. So nice to see you.
Very good, thank you.
Yes, Hiba? Say something about yourself. Introduce yourself if you'd like to.
Yes, sure. So my name is Hebam, and I'm from Egypt. I used to live in Canada for 5 years, and I'm taking my IELTS test, the academic, for joining the residency there. Like I'm a medical student, actually.
Okay.
So
Now,
that's why I really need the academic.
Yeah, we were discussing who's taking general, who's taking academic. All right, so Hiba is taking the academic version. That's great. All right, what about, is there anyone missing here? Oh, I think Mahmoud is missing too. Mahmoud is not here. Oh, let me write down, allow me please to write down my room number to him. Mahmoud, all you have to do is to click on the join button. Then you type in this room number 803-571-7131. I hope you can join soon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me discuss, first of all, let me discuss the most important issues related to the writing. Now, can I ask you a question? What do you think are the most common or popular problems that we usually face while writing? Let's start with Hiba, Dina, Tamer, as per my sequence on the screen. Hiba?
I believe my problem
is mainly?
Sorry?
Yes, your problem is
Yeah,
what?
my writing problem is, I believe it's not the structure, but I think it is, I have lack in vocabulary, in a big vocabulary.
Right.
To impress the examiner.
So your problem mainly?
So I think this is my problem. I don't know if my structure is okay or not.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much. I'm sorry, I was trying to switch my both internet web, so most probably a problem has happened. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And again, Hiba. Hiba. So the most important problem is not your most important problem. Hello? Hello? Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. What
I
about
can hear.
people? Hiba, are you there? And Dina too.
I can
All
hear
right.
you.
Okay, until Hiba comes
Okay,
back
I'm
or
here.
until she can hear me. Dina, can you tell me what are the most common problems that we usually face while writing?
Actually, I feel times especially some synonyms of the word I can't find. I don't have many vocab that help me to do that. Also, I may have a problem with the structure of the sentence. And sometimes I feel that my sentence, when I try to make them complex, I find them weak. If you hear them, you can't. They do not sound good for me, but I don't know how to change the structure. So this is my main problem.
Okay. Well, it's not mainly about changing the structure. It's about forming a sentence. You
Maybe.
don't need to change that. Yes, you don't need to change the structure when writing, unless if you want, unless you want to make a different type of sentences, and we will get to know the different types of sentences that our essay should include. All right. Thank you very much. Tamer?
Yes.
Most common
Yes, I'm here. So actually, in addition to the points listed by by all
attendees today, yes?
friends here, actually, I have some some more issues like the timing. Maybe I feel the time is very less. Maybe I'm very writing. So I hope that the computerized version, which is released soon from the IELTS, will help me here. I'm getting tired even from the writing, and I'm very slow in the handwriting. So I will try in the next time to go with the computerized version from the IELTS.
Okay.
Second issue for me is spelling sometimes, because I'm depending a lot for the autocorrection and while I'm writing my mails, because most of my work with the computer, I'm having some autocorrection from the mails from the office for whatever. But while I'm writing letters here, I have issue with the spelling. Maybe this is the two main points for me.
All right, great. Okay, thank you very much. All right, let me first of all show you something called the band score descriptors. Bearing in mind that we're going to start with task 2, not task 1. You guys know what do I mean by band score descriptors? And why do I start with the band score descriptors? Anyone?
Yeah, if we know how they score us, we're going to take care of the points that they really look for.
Very good. Thank you very much. The point is that we have to understand what are the bases that you are evaluated upon. Yes, there are main 4 points. I will start with task 2, which is the essay, and then we're going to speak about task 1. But today's lesson, inshallah, today's session will be a general session, all right? So that we're going to talk about the most important or the most common mistakes that the IELTS test taker usually make. This is number 1. 2, and one of the most important things is the band score descriptors, or on which basis you are evaluated. First of all, let me tell you something. We have 4 main bases, 4 main points that we need to learn about. Number 1 is called task achievement. Number 1 is called task achievement. Let me share my screen with you right now. Okay, here we go. Okay, Mahmoud, so nice to see you. Mahmoud, hello? Can you hear us? Hello? Mahmoud, can you hear me? Most probably he can hear me, but I can't hear him. Okay, Mahmoud, just tell me whenever you feel like you can hear me well, okay? All right, These are, hey guys, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, great. I just want you to open your microphones unless there is a background, a noisy background. So keep your microphones open unless you have a noisy background. At that time, please turn it off. Mahmoud, can you hear me now?
I hear me now.
Yes, I can hear you. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Okay, so these are the band score descriptors, or the points on which you will be evaluated. We have the task achievement, coherence and cohesion, vocabulary and grammar. These 4 points have different names, right? These different names are, for example, for the task achievement, it's called TA. TA for task achievement. Coherence and cohesion is a CC. Vocabulary is an LR, which is a lexical which is the lexical resource. And finally, the grammar, which is a GRA, grammatical structure and accuracy. Okay? What do I mean by each one of these? For the task achievement, whether you have read the writing prompt or the writing given question or not. Yes, Mahmoud, would you like to say something? You raised your hand. Hello? Mahmoud? Okay, you guys are trying your buttons or what? Yes, Tamer?
Yes, I just want to ask about if these marks are the same for the
Task one and task two?
writing for the computerized one,
Yes.
or if there is any changes.
No change at all. Okay, there's no autocorrection in the computerized version, okay? I know that this is your question.
Yes. No. Actually, I'm looking to this time to try the computerized one.
Yes.
Because maybe, as I said, that this is the main issue for me, that I'm not practicing. I can't, I'm feeling it is difficult to use my hands while writing. So, is there any changes provided in this version?
No, in the band score descriptors, they are the same, and it's the same criteria by which we evaluate you. But the point is that for those whose handwriting is really bad, or for those who have difficulties with the cursive handwriting, or their handwriting is not very clear, then at that time, it's way better for them to use the computerized version. Okay? But, it won't help you in your spelling, for example, because they don't have this facility, which is the autocorrection, unfortunately.
Okay.
But again...
In Selbib, for example, we have, and the other one, like similar to IELTS, Selbib for Canada immigration, for example, they have autocorrection. So I thought that IELTS will do the same, but I'm sure this didn't happen. But okay.
Oh, so far, not yet. Maybe in the future. If it is in the Canadian version, then let's expect it very soon. Yeah, quite shortly, I mean. Okay, so again, but what I mean by the task achievement is, number one, you have to read the writing prompt or the writing question that is given to you. And then you have to answer each and every part. You have to break these types of the writing prompt into small parts. And you have to answer each required point in the writing prompt. If you answer this, then you will get your task achievement. Well done. All right? You will get a very good band score. If not, then you will face a problem with that. Also, in the task achievement, not only if you if you answered the points that are requested, it's also about whether you have written the word limit that is given to you or not. Well, we know that in the IELTS test, the writing part is divided into 2 sections, right? Yes? Section 1 and Section 2. And what's the difference between the academic version and the general one is only task 1. Task 2 will be the same, exactly the same. All right? It's an essay, and we will talk and discuss the different types of essays later on. But again, let me refer back to what I mean by the band score descriptors. Then I will explain each and every small part in the writing section. Okay, so again, the word limit, you cannot write less than 250 words. Okay, number 2, you have to answer all the given questions. And number 3, for the task achievement, you have to make sure that your ideas, your sentences are very well connected to each other. مش بنكتب فكرة من الشرق وفكرة من الغرب. No, this is not supposed to be the case. We have to make sure that all our ideas are connected to each other and they have some kind of a relationship that joins them together. Okay? Any questions in the first point?
No, thank you.
All right, great. Number 2, coherence and cohesion. Coherence and cohesion. And what I mean by the word coherence...
Sorry.
Yes.
One question regarding the words counts. In the computerized one, I believe it is mentioned the number of words, right? In that screen.
Oh, yes. And this is a very good privilege that you can get from this version. You don't need to count the number of words you've written. Alhamdulillah.
Okay.
They help you. They simply help you because it counts automatically. All right? Okay. So let's say again, coherence and cohesion. And what do I mean by the word coherence and cohesion? Well, here, coherence, as you may say, we have in the score, you will be scored based on 9. Your score, your main score is out of 9. So your level will be graded from 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And we're aiming for a band score. A band score, say something.
7. 7.
7, inshallah. Your 7 is the least band score we can get, right? Dina, do you agree with me or what?
Yes.
Dina?
Yes, I'm here. I got 7 before 3 times. I'm aiming for 8.
MashaAllah,
Wow.
yes. I'm saying that 7 is the least band score we're aiming for, right? Again, let me tell you something. We're just shooting for the moon so that if we didn't land on the moon, we can simply land on the stars, right? So a band score 7 is the least band score that we're aiming for, inshallah. Number 2, the coherence and cohesion. Let's see in the band score 9. Coherence and cohesion means uses cohesion in such a way that attracts no attention. How's that? Yani, is your ideas logically related and connected to each other or not? If you look at the band score 7 here, organizes information and ideas, logically organizes information and ideas. Like, what do I mean by in a way that does not, that attracts no attention or that does not attract any attention? And this means that it is natural and very smooth, doesn't attract anyone's attention because it's more like a native speaker, right? Yes? Okay, so this is when it comes to arranging your information and your ideas correctly. Number 2, using cohesive devices effectively, but cohesion and or between sentences may be faulty or mechanical. This is for a band score 6, for example. How's that? You guys know what do I mean by the word connection or connectors or connecting words or phrases? Can you guys tell me what do I mean by these? Any idea?
How to connect one paragraph with the other, maybe?
All right, to connect one paragraph with the other. Like what? What are the words? Give me examples to words that connect paragraphs and ideas to each other.
Moreover,
However, or on other hand, or while.
Please raise hands. If you'd like to answer any of the questions, kindly raise your hand. Okay.
Oh, do you see us?
Yes, let's start with
okay.
Raise your hands, please. Do you guys know how to raise your hand? Mahmoud. Mahmoud, are you there following us? Mahmoud? Okay, Mahmoud may be busy because he's in his pharmacy right now. All right, Tamer, do you have any answers?
Yes, however, like those connected words like however, or on the other hand, or while, or this kinds of connection or connected
Oh,
words.
okay. We'll explain these later. Dina?
Yes,
Thank you very much, Tamer. Dina?
Moreover, however, on the other hand,
All
first,
right.
later.
These are words to connect paragraphs together. Okay. Also, we have some ways to connect sentences together. Like what? Like the conjunctions. Have you ever heard about the conjunctions?
Yes.
Like yes, but,
Yes.
go,
Okay.
so, and so.
Yes, we have the subordinate conjunctions, coordinate conjunctions. Again, these we'll discuss later, and relative pronouns as well. Number 3, which is the lexical resource. Lexical resource is the range of vocabulary words that you're using, whether you're using high range of vocabulary words or low range of vocabulary words. This is very important. Number 2, whether you're using the proper collocations or not. Collocations. Hiba, you know what do I mean by collocations?
Yes. No.
Dina?
I think collocation means when you have a prefix or something which will be added to the word to change its
Not exactly.
meaning.
No, it
Or
doesn't have
maybe
to
the
suffixes.
preposition which comes after the word.
Okay. Yes, it is about the combination of words that you put together. The words, not the prefixes or the suffixes. It's far away from making one word. It's 2 words or more that are joined together so that they can form or give a different meaning than each one separately. Okay? This is what I mean by the word collocations.
So can you give us an example for that?
Yes, like take away, for example. Like when you're, well, it's better if you say, you guys can tell me to take a shower or have a shower.
Take a shower.
Answers. Only take shower. Do you guys have any different answer?
Take shower.
Okay, great. What about dinner? Taking dinner or having dinner?
Having dinner.
Very good. This is an example of collocations. So collocations means the right way of joining words together, putting words next to each other, far away from your own mother tongue language. Okay? Okay. So again, using high range of vocabulary words, using collocations properly, and number 3, uses common lexical items with some awareness of style and collocations, and may produce, sometimes you will, even in band score 9, you can have some errors while using your vocabulary, yet these errors could be considered as minor slips because they know that you are not a native speaker. These mistakes are allowed, by the way. In the band score 9, some few or minor mistakes will be allowed when it comes to your vocabulary part. And number 3, it comes to the grammatical range and accuracy. What do I mean by grammatical range and accuracy, which is the GRA? Yes, Iba?
So what do you mean, the last point in the vocabulary? I didn't get it. Like use common lexical items?
Using, what did you say again?
I didn't get the last point.
The last point I was saying that you're allowed to make minor mistakes, even if you're getting a band score 9. You're allowed to make some few mistakes or minor mistakes when it comes to slips, because the examiners, and you usually write in your application form that your native language is not the English language. That's why they understand this, and they allow you to make some few slips that may occur while taking the speaking test or the writing as well. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. finally, talking about the grammatical range and accuracy. And honestly speaking, this is a very important part because this is a very common mistake that most of us make. Number one is using only short chunks of sentences. Like, for example, I like the English language. It's one of my favorite languages that I have ever learned. I've been teaching this language for around 15 years. I like my students very much. I feel this language is one of my talents, or teaching is my talents. What am I doing now? Is this the right way native speakers speak?
No,
Why?
it's short sentence. There is no connection between them.
Thank you very much. These are short, very short chunks of sentences by which you interrupt your listener every like 2 seconds. Yes, you keep on interrupting your listener with every period you put at the end of these short sentences. That's why I'm telling you, this is not the right thing to be done. Native speakers don't do that. Yes, native speakers do that, but not all of them actually. It's only those who are 6 or 7 years old. They produce these very short chunks of sentences. But when it comes to grown-ups, the grown-ups, they never do this. They speak fluently. And what gives this fluency in your oral presentations or in their speech is using connections and connecting your sentences to each other. Okay? So this is number one. This is called a variety of sentences, using a variety of sentences. Right? Now comes the question, how many types of sentences do we have in the English language? How many types of sentences do we have in the English language?
According to my information, I know 4 only.
Okay, what are they, Dina?
Simple, compound, complex, and compound complex.
Thank you very much. Excellent answer. They are simple, compound, complex, and compound complex sentences. Thank you very much. These we're going to discuss again later on, and I will explain it later on, inshallah, in details. All right, so we need to use a variety of complex sentences, as we said, simple, compound, complex, compound, complex sentences. Number 2, are we allowed to produce some errors? Yes. Well, some errors are allowed, but very minor ones if you're aiming for a high band score or a band score 7 or above. Okay? So you can produce only few error sentences. Also, you need to have good control of grammar and punctuation that allows you, no. Okay, again, you need to use, as we said before, the punctuation. And let me ask you another question. What do I mean by punctuation in my sentences? Punctuation means, Tamer?
Comma and follows the one, the apostrophe. All these kinds of the punctuation.
So you have the commas, question marks, full stops or periods, yeah, apostrophes, capitalization is part of the punctuation as well. Okay. What if I missed writing a capital letter at the beginning of my paragraph? Would that count? Yes, it will count. What if I write in a capital letter or a capital letter where it's not needed? It would definitely count, and so on. Okay? So again, it has to do with the period, question mark, exclamation mark, apostrophes, commas, and the capitalization. Okay, this is what I mean by the also paragraphing. Does paragraphing count? Hello?
You mean the number of paragraphs? Paragraphing, you mean the number?
Paragraphing means, no, the outline itself, the template itself, does it count or it doesn't?
Yes, sure.
Definitely counts. And I have to write in essay number or task number 2, I have to write at least 3 to 4 paragraphs. No, 4 paragraphs is the least number I can write, because 1 for the introduction, 2 for the body paragraphs, and 1 for the conclusion. Yes? All right. So again, paragraphing really counts. Now, these are the most important criteria on which they will evaluate us. Do you understand this? So what are the main 4 points again? Anyone please help?
Cohesion.
Task response, which is here. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so number 1 is
Yeah, that's the
task response. Number 2,
coherence,
coherence and cohesion. Number 3,
vocabulary.
what do I mean by lexical resource? Vocabulary. And number 4 is the
Grammar.
grammatical range and accuracy. Okay, this is very good. Now let me stop my share.
Hello.
Yes, hello Mahmoud, how are you? Hello? Okay, again. Mahmoud, can you hear me? At least say something. Yes, no? Again, let me say something. I really prefer if you guys open your cams so that I can see you and interact properly with you, okay? If you have a chance to do that, all right? Yani it's not mandatory, but thank you, Hiba, very much for the very quick response. Thanks a lot. All right. Dina, Tamer, and Mahmoud, unfortunately, you won't be able to do that. Oh, thank you very much. Thanks a lot, my dear. I love your flowers. The red flowers give me like a positive energy. Thank you very much. Okay. Tamer, okay. Tamer and Mahmoud, you guys are the gentlemen here. So I think you will be even braver than the ladies here, right? Don't you think so? Okay.
Trust me about that. Really, my mobile front cam is not working. This is,
Okay, but remember, I told you need to download it on your laptop, not your mobile camera or mobile phone.
Because most of the time I'm using the mobile phone while I'm going outside the home, because I don't want to do noise in the home, so I'm not taking the laptop. But I will do from the next session.
Inshallah, inshallah. Thank you very much. And now let's discuss something else. Let me open a Word file so that we can understand exactly what I'm doing. Okay. Okay. All right. As I said before, we have how many tasks?
2.
We have 2 tasks. Writing tips 2. Okay. Salamat.
Thank you.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, share my screen. Okay. So, if we would like to discuss the different types of essays that we may encounter in the IELTS test. Number one, these are different types. Number one, we can have a discussion essay. Number two, we can have an opinion essay. Opinion essay. Number three, discussion opinion essay. Number four, persuasive essay. And number five, argumentative essay. Sometimes cause and effect essay. All right? What's the difference between all these? Well, if you had a very deep look at these types, or also we can have number 7 is advantage, disadvantage, right? Advantages. Advantage and disadvantage. Okay? If you look carefully and if you give a deeper look, you will get to understand that they are only divided into opinion, and non-opinion. Opinion and non-opinion. I think. Again, you will find out that the examiner is asking for your opinion, or they don't ask you for your opinion. For a discussion essay, do you think that they will need your opinion? Actually, no, not at all. They just want you to discuss. They give you a certain issue, and they tell you that some people believe this while others believe that. And they don't ask you for your opinion. Okay? They just want you to discuss both points of view. Please, whenever you are required to give your opinion, give it. Whenever not, don't. Because even if you wrote it, you won't be evaluated on. All right? This will be discarded totally, and they won't pay any attention to whatever you're writing in regards to your opinion. Your opinion is required when it is required. Okay? Okay, so for a discussion essay, your opinion is not needed. For an opinion essay, definitely it's needed. It's definitely needed. But the point is that we have to be very careful, because sometimes they ask you clearly and obviously to mention your opinion. Other times, they do it in a very subtle manner, in a very indirect manner. So what should I do? Or what are the examples for this? For example, if they ask you to give your opinion, they may clearly state this sentence, give your opinion. Some people believe this while others believe that. Give your opinion. Or some people believe this while others believe that. What do you think? Some people believe this, they believe that the advantages of technology in our lives outweighs the disadvantages. What do you think? What do you think here means what's your opinion, right? Or they may say, to what extent do you agree that the disadvantages of using technology outweigh the advantages of using it, yes, then your opinion really matters. This is what they really want. Okay, understand this. So sometimes, and another point, actually, if you find the you word in the writing prompt, then at that time you can easily use the pronoun I. They want you to use the pronoun I. Do you agree on this? Do you disagree on this? To what extent do you agree on this? What's your point of view? What's your opinion? So whenever you have the pronoun you, please make sure you state the pronoun I clearly. If it's not there and they want your opinion, you can easily mention your opinion without giving the pronoun I. So you can, for example, say, obviously, the majority of people agree that the advantages outweigh the disadvantages of using technology. You got it? Yeah? So sometimes they ask you for your opinion directly, other times they don't. Discussion opinion. Esther, here in discussion opinion, you need to discuss both points of views and you give your opinion. Persuasive, argumentative, cause and effect in the... Okay, now let me ask you a question. In the cause and effect essay, is your opinion needed? Are you supposed to write your opinion in a cause and effect essay?
No, I think
Why, Dina? Oh, I'm very sleepy, man. Why, Dina?
because I have to discuss if I have a problem or something like that. I have to, in the first paragraph, for example, I have to mention one cause and its effect. In the second paragraph, another cause and its cause.
Yes, there are different templates. Sometimes, Dina, speak louder. I'm turning deaf nowadays, most probably.
Okay.
Something is going on wrong with my ears. I need to check them. A little bit louder, not very louder.
Okay.
I don't want you to wake them up.
Okay. So, I feel in cause and effect essay, no need to write my opinion. I have in the two paragraphs to represent two causes and their effects. And in the conclusion, I will conclude maybe suggestion to solve the problem if I'm talking about a problem or something like that. There's no need to write my opinion. It's from my point of view. I'm not sure about the answer.
Thank you very much. Yes, your answer is very correct. MashaAllah. Point is that in a cause and effect essay, there is a difference between an opinion essay and a non-opinion essay. A cause effect essay is non-opinion essay. However, some people claim, Hedina, a cause and effect essay is mainly written from your own opinion. It's your point of view. You mentioned when you mention the problem and you give its causes and its reasons, you in a subtle way represent your own opinion. Yes. So if
I represent in a hidden way.
Yes.
Maybe I represent it in a hidden way. I won't write my point.
That's it. That's it. So writing it clearly, writing your opinion clearly, not mentioned. You don't have to write in the introduction what your opinion is. All you have to do is to write it in an indirect way, or what you think about this or that. Okay.
So the argumentative essay, you need to
Pardon
mention
me? Again?
Argumentative essay, we need to mention our opinion, or it's non-opinion type.
Okay. In the argumentative essay, you need to argument. And in order to argument, you need to convince your reader with a certain point of view. So this means that in the argumentative essay, you need to mention your opinion. Definitely, you need to mention your opinion. But again, some people are with, other people are against mentioning the pronoun I. State your opinion, but not clearly with a pronoun I. I believe that. I believe so. You don't have to do that. Okay? Okay, thank you very much. For the advantage and disadvantage, yes, Hiba?
So in the argumentative, I can write my opinion, but in a hidden way, right?
Yes,
Did
yes,
I get it right?
yes. It is an opinion essay, but in a very hidden way, in a subtle way. Finally, in the advantage, disadvantage essay, if they ask you to write or to mention the advantage and the disadvantage of a certain thing, like, for example, the electricity invention, right? It has some advantages and some disadvantages. Discuss both. So in that case, you need to discuss both advantages, disadvantages without mentioning your opinion. All right? So please do not write something that is not required. Do not discuss. Dina, is there anybody around you, Dina or Hiba? Somebody around you whistling. All right?
Is it a parrot?
No. Is it
Yes,
parrot?
I have a parrot. I have a parrot. That's why I have to close the mic.
Okay. So,
I have a question.
sure. Yes, Hiba.
So what do you mean by the cause of and effect? I have to write my opinion in a hidden way. What do you mean by a hidden way? Or we're going to discuss that later?
No. Wait, the point is that you don't have to write your opinion at all. Now, I was explaining that if you're writing a cause and effect essay, it all comes from your mind, right? So if I ask you to
Yes.
write the problem or to discuss the pollution problem, all right? The pollution problem. And I ask you to write the causes and the effect to this problem. From where will you get them?
From my head.
Yes, from your mind, from the ideas that you already have. So this is your own point of view. They ask you to state your point of view, but you don't have to state it clearly. You don't say, from my own point of view, the main reasons for the pollution are so and so and so. You don't say this. No, you say that the main problem for the pollution is the factory wastes. And you keep on giving other details to this main idea, okay? So you don't state your opinion clearly. However, it's all coming from your own point of view. Yeah?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, Tamer, are you following up with us?
Yes.
I just want to make sure that you're following up with us. You're,
Yes, I'm following.
there. Not opening your camera maybe sometimes causes some doubt in my heart. This guy's not following, he's doing something else. I want him to stay focused all the time. Okay? Okay, so these are the most common topics that we will encounter during the IELTS test. So again, it's simply divided into opinion, non-opinion essay. Okay? Different types. And now let's move to something else, which is the most common problems.
So Hind, sorry, can we make it more clear and just write beside each one of the 7 here, if it's opinion or not, so that it's very clear in my mind?
Sure.
Yeah, because this is my first time to hear those like stuff.
Okay, no problem. The most common problems in writing. Okay, discussion essay, non-opinion. N for none, O for opinion.
Yes.
Okay, it's not no, it's a non-opinion. Opinion essay, opinion. Discussion essay, non-opinion. Persuasive essay, opinion. Argumentative essay, again, opinion, but you don't have to state it clearly. Cause and effect, non-opinion, and advantage, disadvantage, non-opinion.
Okay, thank you.
Very much welcome you. So for the most common,
Sorry, just for number 4, can I have some example? What exactly this kinds of essay? Number 4.
persuasive essay. Yes.
Yes.
Persuasive essay is an essay that you want to, for example, if you have a friend of yours that that claims that smoking is one of the life blessings, and he or she is persuaded that smoking is is one of the best habits he ever had in his life, and you want to persuade this person that smoking is a bad habit that he has to abandon or he has to leave away. How would you persuade this person? Yeah, this is a persuasive essay. You want to persuade. Persuade means convince or change someone's mind. You won't be able to change someone's mind unless you have your own opinion and you can clearly state some facts and statistics and real life experiences to convince this person with your own point of view. That's why your point of view must be very clearly stated before you start introducing the details that are going to convince this or that person. Okay?
Yes, okay, thanks. Yes, okay.
Got it
thanks.
now? Okay. The
Yes,
most
clear.
common problems in writing. Number 1. Yes, any further questions? No. All right. Number 1. As we said before, people tend, especially the Arabs, they tend to give short chunks of sentences, which is not required at all. So number 1, it's only making simple sentences. So simple sentences must, oh no, it's not a must, it should be avoided. All right? So again, simple sentences should be avoided. Not all of the simple sentences. You can include some simple sentences, but to a certain limit. Not all of your sentences should be simple. Some of your sentences should be simple ones, yet you have to make variety of sentences. So a variety of sentences is needed, is required, right? And again, what I mean by variety of sentences, I said that we have the simple, compound, complex, and compound complex sentences. The difference between these types of sentences is very simple. All right? When you say that the soldier fought bravely, the soldier fought bravely. So the subject here is the soldier. The subject is who or what the sentence is about. Yes? So the sentence here is about whom? It's mainly about the, ladies and gentlemen, the soldier. Yes? So the subject here is the soldier. Here is the subject of the sentence. And we have one verb, which is fought. This is the verb or the predicate in the sentence. This is supposed to be a short or simple sentence. This is a simple sentence because it has one complete idea and it includes one subject and one predicate or one verb. All right? This is a simple sentence. But when you say that we need to change this sentence into a compound sentence, when you say that the soldier fought bravely, The soldier fought bravely, but he was killed by the end of the war. What type of a sentence is this? What type of a sentence is this, ladies and gentlemen?
It's compound, I think.
It's a what?
Compound.
It's a compound sentence. And why is it a compound sentence? Because
Conjunction. I have the conjunction, but.
very good. Because we have the conjunction but. But here is a conjunction that is used to join two sentences. And what are my two sentences that I have here? We have one sentence, the soldier fought bravely. The second sentence, he was killed by the end of the war. So these are two complete ideas, two full simple sentences that are joined by the conjunction but. Actually, we do not only have but for the compound sentences. For the compound sentences, we have different conjunctions, which we call coordinate conjunctions. Coordinate conjunctions. What are these coordinate conjunctions? Well, if you would like to remember, there is a nice way to remember who lives in a compound. Who lives in a compound? So if I'm going to draw this, you guys, well, and forgive me for my excellent drawing, I'll assume that this is a compound. Okay? So if you'd like to remind yourself with who lives in the compound, we say that it is the fanboys. All right? Fanboys. What do I mean by fanboys? Fanboys are 7 letters that stand for 7 words. S for A, nor, N, A and, N, nor, B, but, O, or, Y, yet, and S, so. So for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so are 7 words that are used to join two simple sentences in order to make or to form a compound sentence. Understand? So again, coordinate conjunctions, which are what? Which are the fanboys. Would you like me to write them down? All right, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Oh, can I ask you guys to try to put the word for in a sentence? For. Okay, for and yet. Please write down now. Try to put to write 2 sentences using for and yet. Now, in your copybook, do you guys have a copybook and a paper? Just write them down. Time up. Hiba, your sentences, please. Your microphone. Unmute. Unmute your microphone.
Okay. So I did not use the buses for it was so crowded.
I didn't use the buses for it was?
So crowded or very crowded.
Okay. It, what does it refer to, Hiba?
The buses.
The buses and it?
Oh, or they are always crowded.
They're always crowded. Thank you very much. A very good one. Thank you. Dina, yet? Dina, you're muted, my dear. Unmute your microphone.
Sorry, I didn't put a sentence. I'll try it now to put one.
Okay. Dina. Dina. Okay.
My son was talking to me too.
All right. Okay.
Asking me something. That's why I
You're a bit busy. No problem, dear. Tamer? No problem. Tamer, yeah, Tamer. The hidden Tamer. Yes?
Yes. I went to my daughter's school for attending the parents' meeting. No, okay.
What's wrong in this sentence? Let me write it down. Say it again. I went to my daughter's what?
School.
School. For attending what?
Parents' meeting.
Okay, the parents' meeting. What's wrong in this sentence? We have for here. Why it's not supposed to be a joining word? Or why is this sentence not considered to be a compound sentence? You have to look at the two sentences you have. I said before that both of the sentences must have a subject and a predicate, right? Yes? What is the first sentence, Tamer? I went to my daughter's school. Okay, it's an independent clause or a sentence that makes sense by itself. The second sentence, does it have a subject and a verb? Tamer.
Okay. Yes, I'm following.
Verb?
No.
What is the subject in this sentence? الفاعل بتاع where? Do we have a subject here?
No.
It doesn't. Attending the parents' meeting. It's not attending the parents' meeting. Attending could be the subject in the sentence. But where is the verb? It doesn't have a verb. It has a gerund, which is supposed to be the subject of the sentence. But unfortunately, we don't have a subject to this sentence. The sentence here is lacking a very important, it lacks a predicate or a verb, which doesn't make it a simple sentence. So we need to put two independent sentences that make sense by themselves. Each sentence can make sense by itself. Okay? Yes, Yehiba.
So
Hiba, are you saying anything? I can't hear you. Hiba? You're speaking. I can see your lips moving, but the microphone has something wrong. Maybe your speakers. Can't hear you. What happened? Forget about the earphones. Remove them and speak directly to your laptop. Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So the thing is, like, can we say I went to my daughter's school, or I was asked to attend the parents' meeting? Can we say that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And by the way, for here gives the same meaning of the word because. So she studied really hard. For she wanted to get a good band score. Again, it gives the same meaning for the word because. And most of us are not very familiar with using the word for. That's why I asked you to put it in a sentence. All right. I don't know whether you're familiar with the rest of the words or not, and doing two similar ideas. So she was really happy at it, and she enjoyed the company. Okay, we have sentences here. Okay, she didn't agree, or okay, She, forget about she. Let's talk about something else. They, for example, okay? They enjoyed the party, but their joy was not completed because of the um, the bad weather, for example. Okay? Yes, Dina. By the way, you guys can raise hands without raising hands like this. You can have a button here to raise your hand. It's the participate.
Where is the button of raising?
Okay, but it's
Where is the button of raising?
It's you have the participate. Can you see the participate button?
Yes. Yes.
Or just click it out, click it, and you'll have the right hand.
Okay, I found.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Actually, I'm not sure about the use of the subcoordinate yet. I'll give you this. I'll tell you the sentence. I'm not sure about it.
Don't
I
worry.
can't leave
I
my
will
work.
move to the subordinate conjunctions just right now. Don't worry about this.
Okay, I can't leave my work yet. I'm done with all my tasks. Is it correct?
Say it again. Say the sentence again, please.
I can't leave my work yet. I'm done with all my tasks.
Yet I'm done. I can't leave my work. Yet I'm done. Okay. This is exactly, gives the same meaning of however. Yes, it is correct.
No, yet it's used as a however or used as an until. I can't
differentiate between them. Yes.
The meaning of yet. It's
yet
used as what?
The meaning is more like however.
However.
Yes,
okay.
it's more like however.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're very much welcome, dear. Okay, and so as we know, so joins two similar sentence. One cause and one effect sentence. All right. The fire alarm was really loud, so everyone was annoyed. Again, the fire alarm was really loud, so everyone got or was annoyed. All right. Okay. So here. So this sentence, let me write a big X next to it. And pardon me, no offense, Tamer, no offense. I just want to tell everybody here that this sentence is incorrect. You have to know, and you have to ask yourself whether the two clauses are independent clauses. Each one of them makes sense on its own or not. Okay? This is another example here when I said the soldier fought bravely. All right, it's correct sentence. Fought bravely, but he was killed by the end of the war. All right. Now let's move to a different type of sentences, which is the complex sentence. When I say, for example, although, I will start my sentence with although. What type of a sentence is this? Can you guys tell me what type of a sentence is this? Any ideas? This is a complex sentence. It is a complex sentence. And why is it a complex sentence? Because it is a sentence that started with the word although, which is considered to be one of the sub. Later on, inshallah.
Sorry, I can't hear if there is any. Hello?
I think there is no connection right now. I think
Well, it seems hand it has issue in her mic.
Oh, oh, oh.
طيب again, can you guys hear me and see me? What's wrong with?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, but
Well,
yes, but it seems you have issue in your microphone, or
I have an issue with my microphone. I don't think so.
I'm not sure because I didn't hear anything before you leave, so I'm not sure if the others
All right.
already.
Okay. Maybe it's my internet connection. By the way, I'm in Egypt nowadays, so it's quite difficult, you know. The internet in Egypt is quite
The
difficult.
best internet connection in the world.
Yes, the best internet connection in the world, mashallah. You're so patriotic person. No matter how much you pay, you know, I paid a lot for this internet connection. But again, yani, no matter what you do to improve their service, it doesn't work for some reason. Anyway, so although they were struggling in at the battlefield, they eventually made it. What type of a sentence is this? It's considered to be, شاطرين فين? This is considered to be a complex sentence. And why is it a complex sentence? Because I used
Although.
which is supposed to be a subordinate conjunction. Subordinate conjunction. There, here, we used the coordinate conjunctions, which are the fanboys. These were called coordinate conjunctions. For the subordinate conjunctions are the words that can easily help me form a complex sentence. طيب. Now we used although. Do we have any other words? Yes, many other words. Like what? Like when? Yes, too many.
However.
All right. We have as if. ونحاول كده try to memorize these words with me, okay? Again, try to memorize these words. As if, as though, although, because, if, unless, when, while, allow me to pick up the phone. It's a very important phone call. Just 2 minutes. Okay. So again, let me continue my subordinate conjunctions. So we have as if, as though, although, because, if, unless, when and while, since, in spite of, despite,